friends. It is Red Guardian here. Ha ha ha! Yes, my powerful two-car fleet is at your service, protecting you from boring evening. I do business trips. I do school pickups, fancy funerals, and regular funerals. Listen to what my friends have to say about Red Guardian limo service.
Limo service at Red Guardian, we'll take you anywhere.
Oh, that's nice. Every paid ride includes selfie with world-famous Red Guardian. Ha! Selfie. What are you waiting for? You're basically robbing me. I close my eyes, you take my money. Run! Remember, I can do this all night.
Call 1-833 Red Limo. That's a 0, not an O.
Call now.
For the glory.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Give It Podcast, a podcast for blurs, for nerds. If you have a fandom, you are most certainly welcome here. We are the hosts of the most Black_Spartans, Safari TV, Show Guy Joe. Fellas, it is the freaking weekend. How we feeling?
We made it to another Friday, so there's that.
Is it true? Joe?
It's in the title.
You still function. Hey. Nothing wrong with still functioning, because that's the way I feel it is. I feel like this week I'm still functioning. But as you can see, guys, we're a little bit more on the leveled up side. So we do try to watch our language, but sometimes words do fly. At the same time, guys, we do show trailers of movies and video games that might be a little too intense for younger viewers. So viewer discretion is advised. Aside from that, welcome. So how do we start this? We do have quite the number of trailers and news to get to. However, Predator Badlands seems to be a wonderful surprise. And I say by wonderful surprise, it's my complaint about Predator that must have been heard by somebody, and they said bet. Anybody want to give it a few words before we play the trailer?
Lots of theories based off of the trophy room, but we will get to that after.
All right, Joe?
Yeah, that trophy room's super weird this time around. I'm watching people have a complete meltdown because this Predator happens to be slightly black as opposed to green or yellow and brown and green.
I took this as like a teenage Predator going through puberty.
That's what I thought. But anyway, for those that haven't seen it, here's Predator Badlands.
I didn't think you survived. You're hunting something that can't be killed.
And that, guys, was the trailer for Predator Badlands. As you can see, comes out in theaters November 7th. There is, as we've said before, a lot of theories. Mainly because, well, I'm gonna start with Tafara, because once I get to the spot I'm looking for, I'm gonna let him go into something because he spotted this first. So
the Wayland android from Alien, which now that I'm looking at it, is possibly strung up like they have done other people in movies, but probably realized it left it, is what I'm thinking.
Right.
I peeped the white eyes like the guy from the what was the last that the last Alien movie?
Prometheus or the other one?
But no, Romulus. Because remember the black guy's the android, and he kind of has like that system reset.
Yeah.
So I was like, that kind of looks like this. So we're at least connect. I don't expect them to get to AVP within like 6 months from now, but I wouldn't be shocked if, like I said before, like the show acts as like a lore dump, and we kind of come full circle with this movie.
Yeah.
I'm also curious if they have cross paths with xenomorphs or if they're going to have a history. Some people are saying the Skulls is a queen xenomorph. Other people are saying that those are all different franchises. There's a human skull over there on the left. So,
I mean, that's all
these people have been around for like.
I mean,
obviously, T-Rex. They've been around for millennia.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a few on there. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
So the one in the center is actually the biggest Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
That's an alien from Independence Day.
See, that's the thing.
Everyone's arguing Independence Day and War of the Worlds, but everyone's like the War of the Worlds people like they would get if they invaded during 2020, COVID would have clapped them all.
What did they call the aliens in Independence Day off Resurgence? They had a name. I forgot. It wasn't engineers. It was starts with a P. It was something they called the alien race in ID Force Resurgence, but I'm not saying I'm not hoping it's that, because it would make a nice crossover, because Resurgence didn't really do very well. So of course we're not going to get this third movie to that trilogy. But if there was a way to actually bring in the aliens from Resurgence and tie them into Predator, then you're just creating a bigger universe. I'm not mad.
Harvesters, I think is what they were called.
That's probably what it was.
Probably what it was, yeah.
Yeah, Independence Day was the Harvesters.
Okay, then there you go. So I'm not against that, just because it would. I mean, let's be honest. They're basically sitting in a universe that's not being used. So I'm not against them being put in the Predators, because, again, that's another formidable enemy that can take down a Predator. But the thing I wanted to get to the most, though, because I was joking, like, if you bring them in this, you're basically going to see Will Smith in the Predator movie. And I'm like, I was saying that as a joke. I'm hoping that's not true, but I'm just saying it as a joke. But what else were you going to say about the Joe?
No, actually, go back to where he's screaming, if you could.
All right. See if I can find it.
Yeah, dude's missing a tooth.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
He's missing a tusk.
Yeah.
Right there.
This is actually a known predator to the larger predator community. This is the predator from the old Dark Horse comics, Broken Tusk, the one where he takes in the human girl to be his apprentice after fighting the alien.
Okay.
So this may actually be Broken Tusk's origin story.
See, I was thinking he was a reject initially. I
thought that was I thought we were gonna see him lose that in the beginning of the movie with whatever exile or beating he took, because we saw a white hair predator. Yeah, he's standing over hurt one, and then after this, somebody gets Mufasa.
Their arm chopped off.
Yeah,
arm chopped off, and then when you roll it for 5 seconds, somebody falls off a cliff, Mufasa in Scar style.
No. I'm trying to catch it, but
if you hit play, I think it comes up immediately after this.
Oh, hang on.
Here's an easier way.
Right here, yeah. So whatever this is,
They're probably tossing them off. They're probably tossing the kid off.
Yeah, because the way it looks, it is kind of a Sparta reference. It does make sense.
So very curious to what this. I'm interested. I'm also curious to who are the humanoids with the plasma rifles and how far into the.
Probably more Weyland-Yutani.
Yeah, that's probably where they're gonna get. That's probably where they're gonna get introduced.
Oh, so no androids, but or more androids.
That's
it could be.
Okay, because
let me do.
Because my thing is, if we're gonna start doing AVP movies, but we are doing it in a futurized Earth, I'm okay with that. Because it feels like to bring them into a modern time Earth would it be limiting a lot of what they could do? Because every time we see one of these movies, it's futuristic and flying, and then it's like Earth in country bumpkin town.
Yeah, but I'm with Joe. That's more Weyland. This might be.
Well, I don't think this is Earth either. But I'm saying if AVP now has to include Earthlings, especially because we're gonna if alien Earth leads to predators having to come to our planet to clear the infestation.
Yeah.
Let it be a Earth that has the technology these people are using. Not tell me it's 2022 and the aliens can't hunt because everyone's inside during the pandemic and they can't find food. I feel like if you add more futuristic elements, it gives the shows more freedom to be more creative with the alien and predator aspect. Especially if you're telling me now we have people who've experienced both coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I'm getting at is I think that may be the same mining planet from the start of Romulus.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It could be, yeah.
Me too.
It could be. But either way, we're going to find out. Like I said, before we move on to Oblivion, thank you. Whoever heard me complain, because Joe has for 2 years now. Joe heard me complain about Predator. Joe has heard me
complain of one of the only 2 horror movies I like.
Joe has heard me complain about Predator. I'm almost certain a good 2 or 3 years. The reason why I say that is because it's always a recycled story, and this does not seem recycled. This seems fresh. This seems like there's a lot of thought put into tying in Predator, tying in different challenges he's faced, tying in somebody that looks like he's actually associated, like Joe said, with the comic. But either way, it's freaking different, and that is all I ask. And that's what makes me go see this come November 7th. I want to definitely go see it. But again, let us know in the comments what you think. I'm pretty sure all 3 of us, I think we're all on board for this one, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not going to go straight. Well, I mean, Hulu's going to get the TV show, but
right.
I'm glad this is going to theaters.
Yeah, I mean, Hulu's going to get the Alien series, and I still want to watch that when it comes to FX. But again, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Microsoft, or I should say, or the people over at ID/Bethesda. You guys got leaked, and that's great and all, but did you really need a full-on production for this? Because, again, if you haven't noticed by now, they did announce a remaster to The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. If you haven't seen it, here's a trailer.
I was born 87 years ago. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. This is the 27th of Last Seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life. I have seen the gates of oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come. Looks clear. A trap!
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness? your own path.
Remember the Emperor!
Find him and close shut the jaws of oblivion.
All right, so that, guys, was the trailer for the remastered Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, available now on Game Pass, Xbox Series X, Steam, and PS5 and PC. Again, I played it so long ago, loved it. It was okay. Honestly, Skyrim is the one I love the most. I wish there was a remastered Skyrim, but hey, take what you can get. Oblivion's not bad. It is definitely challenging. If you never played an Elder Scrolls game, it's like World of Warcraft, a little bit more challenging. But yeah, still recommend to be fun. If you got Game Pass, won't cost you anything but a download to try it out. As many people are streaming it right now on Twitch, but hey, give it a shot. Tafari, Joe, have you ever played Elder Scrolls or just any interest at all?
I've seen people play Skyrim. I guess they're just never making a 6th game because they went ahead and just redid this one. I mean, I feel like Skyrim they give it a few upgrades with every port they put out. Also, I see apparently there's like some famous dialogue error in this game that they decided to keep in on purpose.
Yep. For reasons beyond my comprehension.
I also like that they're at least putting out trailers for games that'll be out like soon or already out. So seems like everybody's having fun. Seems like this is nostalgia done right. So good for Elder Scrolls fans. To anybody waiting on 6, sorry.
Yeah, 6 is going to be right there with Kingdom Hearts. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm sorry. Joe, what about you?
I get to roll cheese wheels down a mountain.
Yeah.
But more importantly, this is now getting its lunch eaten by Expedition 33.
Oh, which by the way, I actually will get back on. I was playing a little bit last night on the midnight side of things, so I will be streaming that after this podcast. It has been fun so far in that game. But Joe, have you played it yet, or are you waiting to play it?
Expedition, I'm probably going to wait for a little bit because I got other stuff I'm still playing. We're in the middle of the Spring Festival of Monster Hunter, and I'm farming the crap out of that poor frog for all the armor spheres he's worth. Well,
celebration time for you, isn't it?
Yeah. On top of that, I now have the armor set that makes me look like one of the Gotai 13 from Bleach. Shunsui? To do with the
nice.
Yeah.
But two twin swords. Well, I have twin swords, except mine are explodey bone swords.
Nice. I gotta get back on that.
They explode on contact. Like they explode on contact.
So it's called blast. So after you hit them up, you get a free 150 points of damage of explosion. So since it's dual blades, you are literally just proccing that like every 5th or 6th strike because dual blades are just like a 5-year-old with a stick.
Nice. I have to get back in.
We want to add that thing later that I just sent you?
Yeah, I saw that earlier. I did not, because I just watched that show too, so I have not had a chance to keep that new, because that hit my inbox earlier.
No, I saw. Yeah, I got that queued up, Joe. It's in the chat. I got that. But yeah, I'll definitely show it momentarily.
No, definitely. Great. Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point, Skyrim can be played on a rock or a fridge. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, as long as it improves the quality of life of the game, great. Mm-hmm. Other than that, no thanks.
I may just get bored one day and play it, but like I said, I'm more Skyrim than Oblivion. That's just my personal preference. But I'm not knocking those that like Oblivion. I'm not. If you like it, download it. I mean, it's free on Game Pass if you got it, whether it's on PC or console. But like I said, not knocking it. Glad it's out. would like to have a brand new game. But before we get into the other movie trailers and video game trailers that we got, we do have to show love to Sinners because they are. I mean, if you haven't seen Sinners, I know it's a far eye. Others of our podcast brethren on Blurred's Eye have seen it. I hope to God tomorrow me and my wife can go see it because I have been ducking and dodging spoilers like The Matrix. But Sinners has not been out that long, and it's almost close to 100 mil in box office sales. If you've been on a rock, this is Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan. And again, I'm not going into the details about it. I will just say it is from what Tafari and others have said. Tafari, you can definitely. Tafari actually got to see it as a sneak peek. He also went back and got to see it in a different film format. He's also on Tafari TV, has given his review, him and his parents, because he was like his parents found out and they wanted to go along. So that whole thing Tafari can talk about. But yeah, I want to give it up for them. I want to give it for Mr. Coogler because again, this was him written and directed by him with this cast, and so far the reviews have nothing been positive. But Tafari, did you want to just add on to your review of it? And you went to go see it multiple times, so what do you think of it?
Yeah, I wanted to actually put money on it because I got a free showing. Very much was hard to not talk about anything for those first 3 days. Mm-hmm. And once the embargo lifted, Southern Black horror, but told in an accurate historical tale. If you like Lovecraft Country, South of Midnight, this is right up your alley. If you wanted something original and different, this is definitely up your alley. Mm-hmm. If you wanted something... I'm trying to think of the right way to put it without like putting it all out there. Just a unique tale with a cast of characters who clearly all got along and had chemistry on and off screen. Casting certain people as love interests, seeing just what Community and probably one of the most unique and interesting music scenes I've ever seen done. Mm-hmm. Explaining how music can be spiritual to a sense. Generational curses, things like that, all while set in the deep post-emancipated South, but still during the Jim Crow era. It's a really good film. They shot it like on old original IMAX cameras, which is why the format is like that. Mm-hmm. So I got to see the 70 millimeter print because we have one of those 8 theaters in the world here. There's 10 theaters in the world. 8 are in America. 1 is here in Dallas. Mm-hmm. So went to that. They ran out of the damn collectible prints, which I'm pissed about. But it is that thing that screen is, what they said, 5 stories high, 7 wide, and the way the aspect ratio works, like not an inch of screen goes unused. So it's kind of like a video game. The ratio will change for like a cutscene, and then it expands as you're getting ready to transition into the fight. Or kind of like focus in on a character or something happening, and then kind of give you a sense of the area you're in now that the focus is over. It does a lot of things really well. It's very much breaking records. Congrats to the entire cast. This is very much deserving of all the praise it's getting.
Exactly. Joe, anything you want to add on to Sinners?
I have several questions.
Okay.
First off, how hard is Shamik Moore punching into the air at this point?
When she pops up on screen and like the third thing out of her mouth. Did you see it already, Joe?
Not yet. I want to.
Okay, I'll say that much.
Tomorrow after lunch with friends.
I will say this. If he makes it to the third act, God bless that boy. Even her husband, he's like, yeah, go see it. I'm like, don't watch this film. You don't need to. You like, I know you're marrying her, but like there's a certain part towards the end where it's just like, hey, this is the part where like if you're a spouse, you get told to go get popcorn. But like even when you first introduced to her character, it's like, oh, she seems sweet, and then like the first or third thing that comes out of her mouth, and it's like, well, ma'am. But their relationship, the way they handle the relationships here are very nice. It's also very telling of the time period we were in. But yes, Shamik should just stay home, and he should. until all the promos are done, his internet should be cut off. He should be given only a Blu-ray player and a set number of DVDs to run through, along with physical video games and no internet. There should be no Ethernet plugged in anywhere in his house. It's not even going to be. It's not even punching air. He'll be headbutting the wall the way one of the twins was headbutting the door in the trailer. It's bad. It's bad.
All I can say is that man needs a dog, a therapist, and a good PR team, and a hell of a distraction. But what was your other question, Joe?
Why could this not have been Blade as a period piece?
So everyone is very much saying, "Hey, this is this could." He definitely could write Blade if you gave him the chance. Mm-hmm. But this very much this very much overdoes just being his pitch for Blade. It's just his own vampire thing. Now, I kept saying if Wesley had a cameo in here, that would be the funniest part. Right. But sadly, he does not.
He'd have to have some weird British accent because at this point in time, he's over in the UK.
But no, it wouldn't even be Blade. It wouldn't even have to be Blade. Just cast Wesley as like somebody who knows about the mystical world and just have him show up at the end and be like, sorry, I'm late. I was tied up elsewhere. Or I got tied up in some bullshit. It is very telling of the times. Like even the twins that Michael B plays very much reminds you of times. It's like, yeah, even gangsters had decorum back then. Mm-hmm. Like there are some very funny scenes. Southern Asians, was not expecting that, like accent and all. Like I knew they were there, but like seeing it on screen is very much. It took me a second to like grasp because at least growing up in the South where I do, they usually just they hold on to their culture, accent, language. The the adoption of the place you're at is something I haven't seen done that fluidly. Mm-hmm. When you see the barn scene, you'll know which one I'm talking about, and you very much understand how much music can reflect to other people. It is a beautiful moment until it's not anymore, and then that's when things get cracking. People are saying the first half felt too long, and it's not. It's just, hey, we're not going to just say, here's all the people that could die. It's just, we're giving you the setting. We're giving you the time period. We are giving you a connection to each of these characters and why each of them are important. Nobody in the movie is a nobody. Everybody is somebody to someone or has history with who the twins are. So it is good. It's good. It's healthy. It is a tasteful amount of horny without people being over the top. People very much still. What other questions you got, Joe?
That was it. Just those two.
Okay. Well, I
know why the Southern Asians are there.
Oh, well, say it one more time, or you cut out.
Like I understand why the Southern Asians are there because we were the principal building force of the railroad. So
yeah, I mean that and sold to both sides, but
that much I remember. Like I remember the railroad portion of that history. It was just, it's the only time I've seen an Asian person with like a full blown country accent was like in Heroes, and that dude was just a random trucker they found. Yeah. But other than that,
no, I can name one.
Can you really?
I can name another one, but that's only for me and Will.
Where? Oh,
Jimmy Wang Yang.
I as soon as I said "oh," I knew that's where he was going.
Is this somebody you guys know personally?
No, wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, as soon as he said an Asian with a country accent, I was like, "Yep, he's right."
I've had one when I worked at my last job, and I had other people type in on the call because I'm like, I just need other people to understand, like, this is happening. I am so, like, I didn't know these two could go together this well. And it's just every sentence that came out of his mouth was so confusing because I'm like, this call isn't hard, but I'm dragging it out because this is such a this is such a unique experience that I have not had all my years living in. But they do it. They very much more fluently in the show. They also very much show how important that family is to what goes on in that town as far as their culture and contributing to both sides of the segregated street. So I knew it was there. It was just I've never seen anyone do it that fluidly to where like, oh yeah, that fits.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. Like I said, I hope to see it. I hope to see it tomorrow with my wife because I have been itching to see that movie. Let us know in the comments what you think if you have seen Sinners, or if you are planning to see it. Let us know. But other movies, we do have a couple of movie trailers. This first one, I just want to go ahead and run through it because I am trying to figure out who asked for this because apparently we're getting another I Know What You Did Last Summer. Because since Scream did so well, I guess we have to go ahead and dig the well until we find bodies. But anyway, here's the trailer.
Baby, you okay? Why don't you go upstairs and do that guided meditation you like?
Thank you. Find a peaceful setting and close your eyes. Imagine a white light calling you.
Hello?
Now, feel that love entering your body and emanating out from your chest. Take a deep breath in and remember the energy you give to the universe always comes back to you.
This is some kind of karma for what we did. What if someone saw what happened?
You need to handle this. This isn't the first time there's been violence like this in Southport. It's not going to stop.
I need to start drinking. Someone is coming after us. I need your help. I just have one question. What did you do last summer?
This place is so beautiful, it makes me want to die.
All right, that was the trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer, coming out in theater July 18th. I'm just gonna be honest, it's rehashing to me. I know there's probably fans out there that are looking forward to this, horror fans, because I know we know one, Geek by Heart, our Griot of Horror. We know she's probably gonna be looking forward to this. I don't see it. Guys, what about y'all? Y'all intrigued, or it's just like, well, it's here and we got to acknowledge it?
Are they tying this into the old one? Like, I remember Brandy more than I remember anyone else who was in the previous movies. So I'm guessing the lady they talked to is from the original first one.
She was the lead actress. This was Jennifer Love Hewitt's big franchise.
Right.
Okay. So I mean, depending on how they handle it, I will let the early critics, hopefully not me, tell y'all how this goes.
Joe?
I mean, it ties into the old one, so it seems fun. I only really saw one, so horror's just not my thing.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some horror movies that do get me. This one just didn't. Like I said, I saw the first one. It's nice to know who done it, and then they had I think 3 other movies after that, and now we're seem to be rehashing it. Like I said, it may not be for me, not knocking the movie. It might be for those that are true fans of the genre of that particular series. Good for y'all if it comes out July 18th. I just don't got a dog in the fight. I really don't. But the next movie, however, we are showing that will be on Prime Video. Imagine if you thought that Bloodsport and Peacemaker did great in the Suicide Squad. Imagine if they were playing opposite president seats, as in John Cena is the president and Idris Elba is the minister of the UK. If you have not seen the trailer for Heads of State, this is a treat. I'm just letting you know, it is funny as hell.
Mr. Prime Minister. Mr. President. It's our debut duet. Duet? Yeah, it's like I'm Dr. Dre and you're Eminem, and we're taking that stage for the first time together. I'm Eminem. What is it with you walking around thinking you're better than everybody else?
What's the difference between me and you?
You are the commander-in-chief. You know, some DJ in Vegas.
What's the difference between us?
All right, I get it. You don't like my movies. I've never seen your movies. But the universe keeps telling me I look cool with a gun in my hand.
What's the difference between me and you?
A toy gun. What's that? That can't be good.
Stop the beat a minute. I got something to say.
Oh, shit.
Between me and you. Hold on. You talk a good one before doing what you're supposed to do. What you're supposed to do.
We just survived the worst security breach in history. The cavalry's coming. So keep calm and carry on. Hey, fellas, how's it going? Yeah, we're about to get our asses kicked, man. Read the room.
A lot of people want you dead. My mission is to deliver you to the most secure location on this continent.
Hey, where's your backup?
There is no backup.
What's the playbook on this?
There is a damn playbook.
Let's make one. Not in the movies now, son.
Kicking ass on a wild side.
Come on!
Yes, that thing is fast, queen.
Who's the action hero now?
How are you alive?
I just kept calm and carried on.
And that, guys, was Heads of State. We'll be on Prime Video July 2nd. So, again, not too far off from now. I'm just going to say it. I'm sold. The fact that, you know, again, we get to see Idris Elba and John Cena again since Gun Suicide Squad. And Huey is just making the rounds from Novocaine, from The Boys, and now Heads of State. And also Lower Decks, for all those that don't remember. He also was on Star Trek Lower Decks as well. What are we thinking, fellas? We all watching it when it comes out?
Yeah, I wish it was getting a theater run, or at least I hope it gets a kind of premiere-ish. So at least it can qualify for something. But I also get it. July is a do not touch month for this year. So play where you know it's safe.
Right. Although I do love seeing Cena in other things because WrestleMania could have used some work, but that's a whole nother discussion. But Joe, what about you? What do you think of Heads of State?
Yeah, this was like dumb, stupid fun.
Exactly.
It really is. That's why I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, comes out July 2nd. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of it. I'm just saying it's a nice little break before Peacemaker shows up, and I still think Bloodsport is going to make an appearance in season 2 of Peacemaker. That's just my opinion, but we'll see. But back to video games, guys. We do got a couple of trailers. This one did come out, which we knew was going to come out sometime. It finally did. The gameplay for Street Fighter 6's Elena's character. Joe, have you seen it yet? Because I haven't.
I have.
Any thoughts, or just go ahead and play it?
Healing.
Okay. Just in one word.
Healing's a thing.
All right. For all those that haven't seen it, this is the gameplay trailer for Elena in Street Fighter 6.
Taking a life and
Giving life? Fighting and living? I wasn't looking to fight to the death. Time for us to dance.
Round one. Fight.
What do you say? How about you dance with me? Up you go! Oh, thanks. Nice fight. I'm ready to go. All right. That was no sweat at all.
Okay, I see why Joe said healing on this. That, guys, was the trailer for Elena for Street Fighter 6. As you can see, the Street Fighter Year 3-1 Fighters Edition. It'll be available June the 5th. Joe, do we know when her character is going to be available to play, or did they say?
When her character is going to be available?
Yeah.
June 5th.
Okay, so the same time as the Fighters Edition. I can see why you said healing. I think you mentioned a couple of her combos actually lead to healing, or was that something else?
No, only her level 2, which was a horrible problem for Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5.
Okay.
Because she healed too much.
Ah.
And with Street Fighter 4, you could get meter off of anything. So what people were doing were just focus canceling backdash. So she didn't have to really engage with the opponent a lot and just heal back up to maximum. With Street Fighter 5, practically everything you did gave you meter. Which, I mean, is the purpose of the fighting game, but, like, she could do stupid stuff to gain, like, really big meter advantage for minimal effort and still heal.
Although the hairstyle, it kind of tripped me off because I was like, wait a minute, didn't she have shorter hair in 5?
Yeah, the new form, I wish she kept the original head.
Mm-hmm.
That new hairstyle is not good.
And so it looks like at some point she's wearing a wave cap, but is not.
Right.
Yes.
Also, is this one of Eddie's family members, or did she just also?
No, this is Street Fighter. She's from Street Fighter 3.
Okay.
She is actually the funny lore she has is she is actually Akuma's best friend.
Interesting.
It's weird.
Because her outlook on life and love of life is like the only thing Akuma can actually appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
So they are actually best friends. Because apparently if he's not trying to murder you, he's a pretty chill dude who's just like a wood carver or fruit seller.
It's kind of weird. It's a weird house to Akuma, but go ahead, Joe.
I mean, we only see him when he is trying to like actually murder somebody in the street fight. So, you know.
I mean,
it's all kinds. What was the other thing I was going to say? I mean, this comes at the end of it, so hopefully when Summer Games Fest comes out, we'll get to see what Season 3 is.
Yeah.
How soon is Summer Games Fest?
That is my birthday in June, first weekend of June.
Okay, so we're not far out.
Yeah, we're not far from June. Before we see more trailer releases, but
I find it funny that she animates capoeira more fluidly and better than DJ does.
It is well. I mean, his is more like a stoic capoeira versus hers. Hers is more free flowing, but I guess that makes sense. I guess it makes sense for her style.
Yeah, but capoeira is all about flowing with rhythm, and
I agree.
DJ's more like fighting with samba moves.
Well, he is beating you to it. He is beating your ass to a beat. I mean, I see your point, but I don't know.
Yeah,
but like I said,
but she's flowing with nature, and if she gets any animals in that thing, we just might as well drop "I Just Want to Be King."
don't get nobody ideas, Joe. Don't get nobody ideas. But no, it looks she's gonna be interesting. Come June 5th, she's definitely gonna be available. But moving along, Ghost of Yotai did give us another trailer. This one is called the Onro. If I mispronounce this, I apologize completely because my pronunciation today has been terrible. So if you have not seen the trailer of the latest trailer for Ghost of Yotai, anybody want to give me any thoughts before we play it?
No,
this will give us a release date.
Yeah, I need to play Ghosts at some point.
All right, here's the trailer.
Onryo. A wandering spirit seeking vengeance.
Who are you? I thought we killed your whole family.
A snake. The Oni. The Kitsune. The spider. The dragon. God. Saito.
What are we going to do with this one, Saito? I'm sorry. It came to this, little wolf.
Situ Rainu. Why do you always call me that? It means one who is easily lost in the hunt. I have to go home. Back where all this started.
All right, that was a trailer for Ghost of Yotai. As you can see, as Joe and Tafara said, this does have a release date, October 2nd of this year on the PS5. What more can we say about this, fellas? We're all in on this one. I mean, I need to go back and go play. I need to go back and go play Ghost of Tsushima again before I play this. But thoughts?
It looks like a looks like the same Ghost we loved before, plus some. So I finally need to actually play the first one at some point.
I need to go back and go play it all over again before I play this. But Joe, what about you?
Well, Tafari, when you play it, you have to play in the Sly Cooper gear.
I was gonna say I know there's a Kratos gear, but they got other PlayStation icons in there.
They have the Sly Cooper gear.
Sly Cooper, Kratos. I'm missing one.
And the Sly Cooper gear, actually, if you get all of it, you actually get an achievement for it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know Kratos has one. I think what is it? You got to go touch the tree like he did in the game.
Yeah.
Then you get his armor set.
Yep.
That must be for the new stuff because I've never seen that, heard of that.
No, that was after the patch. That was after the second patch. You can do it. So yeah.
As for this game, I'm looking forward to it. Yote is much more expansive than Tsushima because Yote is the old term for Hokkaido. So we're going to be up north for a while.
Okay.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, October 2nd is when that comes out. So definitely looking forward to that. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero does have a new DLC pack coming out. And I want y'all guys' opinion on this one because this is surrounding the Diamond characters. Have y'all guys seen the trailer for this yet?
I have, yeah.
Yep.
Any thoughts?
Very much gatekeeping the Super Saiyan 4 because they are not letting anyone touch that yet. But I think this should be it for the Daima. Move on to characters we need in the game who I can't think of at the moment.
All right.
I look forward to playing Ultra Vegeta 1.
Okay. Just wanted you. I knew Super Saiyan 4 was going to come because that's the thing I was going to talk about. But anyway, for all those who haven't seen it, here's the trailer for Character Pack 1 from Dragon Ball Daima for Sparking Zero.
So, 願いを言え。
ほら、ワクワクしてきたぞ。勝負しようぜ、ベジータ。
小さくなったとはいえ、貴様には負けん。まだまだ。戦いたいなら付き合ってやる。本気で行くぞ。くらい。
覚悟しろよ。吹っ飛ばしてやる。はぁ
誰だか知らんが、俺が相手になってやる。吹き飛べ。俺はこんなものでは満足せんぞ。貴様に限界を超えた力を見せてやる。
よし、本気で行くぞ。
俺に敗北はない。遅い。その程度か。キャリックフォー。
ねえ。ね合格。私の肉食べただろ。今日の私は絶好調だ。
All right. So that was the DLC 2-pack for the Dragon Ball Diamond Character Pack 1. As you can see, you do get Goku, Vegeta, Super Saiyan, looks like 3 and 2 Vegeta. And, of course, the characters from Daima along with Goku with the pole. So, as Tafari said, they are going to be gatekeeping Super Saiyan 4 for reasons beyond my comprehension. But thoughts on this, guys?
No Majin Buu? Was he, or does he just get lumped in with Ku? Like,
I think he may be in the second part of the DLC because this only covers up to the second world, and Buu doesn't come into the latter half.
Because there's still another DLC pack coming soon. So there's still a third pack for there's a third pack for Daima coming out. So it hasn't been. It says to be revealed soon.
Yeah,
So
which probably means Buu, Majin Buu 3. Kid 4 and Adult 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Half of that will be the adult of what we just got, along with. I don't know if I'm blanking on her name. The Kai's sister will be a character because she didn't really
Probably
have I could see the Tagomi machines being the three of them sharing a character slot as well.
Yeah, I can see that, but I don't know.
I think he's the number one because he had the most combat.
Yeah, but it's just odd that they're keeping, like you said, gatekeeping 4, which I thought 4 would be a part of it, but I'm just really surprised
they're going
by
in
that.
order of the show, so it makes sense that we're not getting 4 right away.
Okay, I mean, I'm just you're right. You are right about that. It just kind of felt like they're kind of holding off on that to me. But you are right. If they are doing that in order, then I guess that'll be where DLC pack number 3 comes into play. But again, let us guys know what you think when that as that is out, and we'll figure out what's a DLC pack 3 when that's revealed. But one more video game trailer before we get to Ultraman Omega, because I'm curious about that one, because Joe and Tafar will talk more about that momentarily. But RoboCop Rogue City is getting another expansion called Unfinished Business.
People played this?
Same expansion.
It's same expansion? Sorry. My apologies. Same expansion. My bad. So, the expansion to Rogue City Unfinished Business. Yep, Tavares people still play it. I actually went back and played it. It's actually not bad.
Okay.
It's really fun to punch them.
It's not bad. It's actually kind of fun. But if you haven't seen the trailer, here it is.
What will make Detroit safe? The right people with the right tools. OCP's technology is such a tool. However, wielded by the wrong hands.
Breaking news. An attack on a Metro West precinct has occurred.
Hypothetically, it's possible to make a machine that would take control of all the OCP devices.
Does that building you call Omni Tower possess such capabilities?
All squads, code red. RoboCop is here. Backup is needed in the main lobby.
Why do you need the OCP hijacker? You'll find out sooner than you expect. Can I reach the mercenary leader without running into civilians?
I am the only one who can guide you through it. And my name's Miranda, by the way.
This is the day we've been waiting for. We're ready.
Caution. The highest degree of safety has been
Murphy!
Eyes on target. RoboCop's here. Who are you? Don't you remember me?
And that was the trailer for RoboCop Unfinished Business. As you can see, will come out July 17th of this year. Available on PS5, Xbox Series X, Steam, and yeah. Like I said, playing RoboCop Rogue City was actually very fun. The last time this came up, I asked Joe about it, and Joe said it was like, I think it was like, what, $10 to $15 on a sale? I think the last time we talked about it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I purchased it. It was actually fun to play Tafari. So, if you ever did want to give it a shot, it definitely is worth the play.
Okay, I feel like I saw some people playing it, but not enough to warrant DLC or anything post-game release. But if it's doing well enough for this, then by all means, God bless it.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. But go ahead, Joe.
They did a really not a great job of promoting it because it's not entirely a shooting gallery. You actually have to do a fair amount of detective work, and some of New Detroit is open world as you do these criminal investigations.
Yep.
So you got to do some Batman stuff. Also, I love the fact that this DLC is just Dread or The Raid.
Pretty much.
That's exactly it. He's just going into a mega city.
I mean, you're right. I mean, you're not wrong. You're 100% right. It's the Raid. You're right.
I love that we keep doing this to the old 90s action heroes. Like, just go fight a whole skyscraper of people. Bad guys at the top. Have fun.
Oh, but yeah, you should definitely give it a shot, Tafari, when you get a chance. But but yeah,
it's usually dirt cheap.
It really is. But Ultraman Omega, pretty much our last trailer. Fellas, I know you guys usually cover the Ultraman series, so What about Omega? That's gonna be a little bit different than this go around.
Well, I mean, the trailer actually tells us everything. We got the English one. It's going to be a simul-dub again.
Okay, so go and play the trailer.
New Generation Z-Earth, or Z-Earth, however we want to pronounce it. I don't think Tafar has ever seen a almost fully red Ultraman.
I have not.
All right. Well, here's the trailer for Ultraman Omega.
I can grow larger. The awakening. My name is Omega.
Okay, so that looks like be the trailer for Ultraman Omega. It looks like starting June 5th on the TV Tokyo Network, which means we'll probably get. You said it was simulcast, Joe?
Simulcast with the dub.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm okay. So it seems like this guy has amnesia. Am I wrong in that thinking?
Well, he's amnesia or an amnesiac. He is also not a host. Like most times where the Ultraman uses a human as a host, he is an Ultraman just disguised as a human.
Interesting.
His transformation item is the Omega Slugger, which an Eye Slugger is usually the detachable fin from the head that they use to just murder monsters left and right if you're an Ultraman 7. Quite graphically at times. But that was those were days in the past where we can get away with much more TV violence. We'll probably still do it, but with less blood and less decapitation. We know that the character's name is Saotaru Okita. We do not know he's part of a defense force yet. They have yet to do any sort of, well, that's not true. The stage production has yet to be done, but it has been announced that the new generation actors for the past 20 Ultramen from both the Heisei and Reiwa period, all their main actors are coming back, including this dude, for a live show. So the first time we're going to be seeing Ultraman Omega live is on the live show, which is pretty good. We will probably definitely be covering this over at Showa Joe because I am interested to see what kind of camera work and practical effects they use, because Ultraman is still one of the shows that use a lot of practical effects for their fights and destruction. But what about you, Tafari?
So I'm curious to see how they cameo last Ultraman into this Ultraman. Curious to what his situation is compared to our last character, because I know he was part of the Defense Force and he had like friends and teammates, and so far we have only seen this guy. I'm curious what him and his Ultraman story is. I'm also very curious how soon into an Ultraman do they start filming and casting the next Ultraman?
Right.
Well, I mean, this is only 25 episodes usually, so pretty soon. My question is, do we get returning character and sometimes good guy, sometimes bad guy? He was not in the last series, but he was in the series previous to that. Douglas Juggler. That is the monster's name. He is a katana-wielding, not quite Ultraman.
Okay.
Ultraman orb, and he just like jumps realities and lives normal lives until like he gets the urge to either do something really awful or help out the Ultraman.
Oh, interesting.
So he can take a monster form. He can combine into a bigger monster with cross-fusion DNA, but normally, like, for the longest running gag, he was an Easter egg in Ultraman Z, until it turned out, no, it was really him. He was just living in this reality this time.
Nice.
So he's like Gilgamesh in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, he just like goes from place to place, just chilling, and either until he wants to do something good or he wants to do something bad, then he dips.
I'm a little invested in this because I want to see where they go with this story. But yeah, I'm definitely going to keep up with that come July 5th with you guys. But yeah, outside of that, before we get to anime,
one more trailer, I think.
Oh yeah, the Has-Been Hotel thing.
That's what I was gonna get to for anime because I didn't know if you want to wait for that one or did you want to go ahead and do it now, Joe?
Yeah, we might as well do it now.
Okay,
it's gonna have the most cursing and foul language out of everything, anyways.
Honestly,
fair enough. So you want to give any warning about this one, or?
Well, I mean, we gave them fair warning at the start of the show, so you know.
If you're still here,
adult relations. We're basically talking about a show in hell.
If you're still here, decisions have been made.
Fair enough.
Is it recording? Okay, it is. Hello there, everyone. It's me, Charlie Morningstar, founder of the Has-Been Hotel, which is totally going amazing, by the way. Thank you so much for asking. Anyway, I'm sure you are all aware of the amazing news that we have been greenlit for seasons 3 and 4 of Has-Been Hotel.
Hold on a sec. I'm falling.
Oh my gosh. Hi. Hello. Are you okay, Mr.
Blitz, the O is silent. So what's all this about,
Well, I was telling everyone about how exciting it is that we're getting more seasons of Has-Been Hotel.
Yeah, that's good for you, but that's old news, bitch.
Oh, okay.
Hold on to your little titties, because I'm here to announce that Hell of a Boss is coming to Prime Video, but plot twist, it's also still going to be on YouTube, so BAM! You thought the Hash Brown Motel was the only hell show that Daddy Amazon was horny for? Nope! They wanted all this.
Oh my gosh, wow, that is so great. Congratulations. How does that work?
Well, Chalky, I'll tell you.
It's Charlie.
Listen up, Chuckle Fucks. Prime Video's teaming up with Spittle Horse, ooh, that is a good name, to support the making of Hell of a Boss's remaining seasons. Now, I'm talking full fucking episodes, full seasons, the whole shebang. And, the best part is, full creative control remains entirely with this bitch who, I guess she made everything here. She's in charge.
Not a bitch. Really love her.
Then, after a little bit more than a month or so of being on Prime Video first, the show will release in its entirety, as it always has, on YouTube. So basically, we got to keep doing what we're doing, but, bigger.
Ooh, that is the biggest ever!
And the best part is, now we get to fuck around with you guys from time to time.
Wait, fuck around with who now?
Well, let's see here. Do you know an angle dust or an...
Whoa, hey, okay, I get it. Don't give everything away. We get it.
You're a fucking fun sucker. Do you know that? I'm a giver, bitch. I'm giving.
And I love that about you, Blitz, really do. But you have to give them something to be surprised by. That's what makes the wait so perfect. Because, as we all know,
animation takes a long time.
Anyway, we cannot wait to share more of the Helliverse with you all. We hope you enjoy more seasons of Hell of a Boss
and Has-Been Hotel
on
Prime Video.
Thank you all so much for getting us here. Really, we could not have done this without you. I'm gonna cry.
That's it? No, fuck this! Let's hit big!
I thought we acted really nicely.
Fuck waiting! Look, we got Moxie, and we got Millie, and Luna, and Stolas, and whoever the fuck this guy guy is. Oh, and we got fucking Banuba and the cat. Oh, we're all in the same room. We're having a good time. Oh, we're family now. Plus, we got the freaky red guy that everyone's into.
Wait, Alistair doesn't do well on camera.
All right, bye.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I finally gave in and watched Hazbin Hotel recently. That I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Keith David as Huss is hilarious. That Loser song should not be stuck in my head on repeat the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they got any nominations or awards, but they deserve it. Very much calling like Heaven like a not a contradiction, but like basically uppity ass place is very much a hilarious running joke.
Uh-huh. That is funny as hell. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go back and go watch that. Joe, anything you want to add to that?
I didn't actually finish it. Just life got in the way, and I just kind of wasn't interested at the moment. So I will go give Has Been a Hotel another try.
I mean, wow. I might just do that. That alone sold me. I was like, okay, maybe I need to give it a few episode watch because, wow, that sounds like it's right up my alley. But if you have seen it, guys, let us know what you think. I was trying not to laugh because, again, Obi is right beside me sleeping, so I'm trying not to wake him up. But wow. But anyway, okay. Whew. That threw me all the way off. The Last of Us. Well, what can we say about the latest two episodes, especially the last episode? Let's be honest, I didn't. If we're gonna really talk about it, it's gonna be spoilers. So if you have not seen the latest episodes of The Last of Us season 2, you might want to mute us or come back to us in a few minutes. But I'm gonna start with you, Tafari. Your thoughts on The Last of Us so far for season 2, including that spot.
I'm very much okay with all the changes they made to everyone's location this episode because it very much gives more than just emotions, and because my friends are doing it too, as motivation for everyone to get involved in hunting down Abby. The whole attack on Jackson was a nice addition. Whether it's because the tendrils got exposed or because Abby stepped on the fake walker graveyard and activated it. Very much love seeing that is they kind of raised the stakes for everyone this episode, and that I can appreciate. Very much selling us that these aren't just strangers, these are Abby's friends who didn't think she'd actually pull off her mission, and very much did not want to co-sign any of her behavior, which I would not be surprised if we get a more detailed fallout once they all get back to the WLF. Yeah, I very much. I think I liked how this went here more than I did in the game.
Fair enough. Joe, what about you?
Don't watch it.
Oh, okay. For me, same way. There were changes. Not really heartbroken over the changes as far as how the avalanche started. The fact that they did get the town of Jackson get involved early in the attack, although in the game the city was never attacked itself. And there were changes as how Abby came to meet Joel. And I'm not mad about the monologue. They had to do things differently. I know a lot of people were like, well, we didn't get buff Abby. Well, you're not going to get buff Abby. So they had to make it realistic. And again, this is going back to where we said things done in video games are not going to be able to translate very well over into live action. Despite the casting, despite how you may feel about it, they transitioned the best the way they know how. And I'm not knocking it. Of course, the kill scene with Joel still added up. Now, do I think that's going to be the end of Joel? I'm going to be honest. I think there's going to be flashbacks throughout the season with Ellie, because now she has seen the friends, Abby's friends, and of course swearing that I'm going to go after all of you and I'm going to end you all. Basically starts her quest, and the whole thing with Abby, where I have seen it on the internet, feel bad for Abby had a right, Abby had a point. I just want to throw this out. Her father in the video game threatened a guy with a gun with a scalpel. I'm just saying. You can't say her father's not absolved out of this. At the same time, he was a general surgeon and was really into biology. Could you really expect him to do a cure? I'm just throwing that out there. But overall, with The Last of Us so far, it has been great. I want to see what happens now because it's kind of new territory. Jackson's got to rebuild itself after the avalanche of walkers and the bloater, which I'm still surprised that Tommy still survived. At the same time, Ellie is going to wind up taking off, going after WLF and Abby. I wonder, will Abby's story still include rescuing that boy? It's going to be hard to say. But overall, I like The Last of Us so far. So this week's episode that should be premiering this Sunday, we'll tell the tale exactly where we're going with that story. But so far, so good. I got no issues with it.
Dina being the one to go with Joel makes more sense because in the game it's just like, hey, I'm gonna put myself and somebody else's unborn child at risk just because I have a crush on Ellie for some reason. But her being there to witness Joel die gives her more motivation. We know Tommy gets himself seriously injured going after Abby, but this at least puts more weight on that decision because the way they handled defense for the city of Jackson, Tommy was an integral part of.
Right.
So now if Tommy gets hurt, that puts him and his marriage and the town at risk. So the scales and the weights are at least a little bit more balanced, which I can appreciate.
Right.
I still think Dina going out here is still going to be a stupid decision, especially if it still gets her baby daddy killed for absolutely nothing. I very much can see this being all Ellie's season. Then we get to the confrontation with Abby. Their season 3. We'll find out Sunday how they're going to handle moving forward.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to see how they're going to handle that. The other review we wanted to go after was Doctor Who. I admit I had to do a major catch up because I did not get to really catch up with the Doctor until like last couple of days. So I was able to catch all of season 1 and including season 2. I will say this about this version of the Doctor. They have definitely really stretched out as far as storylines go. Every episode has been great. I am not going to knock that. Every episode that they have has been awesome. There have been some episodes where there have been some questions, but at the same time, they approach those questions very nicely. Great enemies. I did like Maestro. I did like the latest one about the animated toy guy from the cinema story. I forgot his name altogether, but and also the fact of just Ruby Sunday. That entire arc of the season 1 was great. So now that we're in season 2, where again he has a new companion, and it's a mystery around her that I'm not 100% sure of as of yet, but I got no complaints about this Doctor Who. I love Nagawa, Mr. Nagawa. Dude got one. Thank you. I will pronounce his name one day, I promise. But love his interpretation of the Doctor. Cannot knock it. The fashion sense. I thought I got to see the episode where he was dressed up. I mean, full on afro with the button down. I am not mad about that, sir. But just overall, I got no issues with how they're doing this between Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat writing the episodes. It's great. I got nothing else I can say about that. But Joe, what about you?
Oh, I'm living it. Like, it's a lot of fun. Shooty's a great doctor. I did love the meta commentary on what some Doctor Who fans were like in this current episode. I love that everybody still agrees that Blink is one of the best episodes of Doctor Who of all time, despite the fact that Shooty, like, what about the thing with the spiders? No, still Blink. What about, no, still Blink. So that really made me happy. I do like Chandra. I do want to see why her not being on Earth causes its destruction. I also want to see what's up with the old lady that is constantly breaking the fourth wall. I wonder if she's one of the gods or if she's like the doctor's granddaughter, driven completely insane and vengeful. She could be Susan. We don't know.
Right.
You know, Ruby's coming back this season as well, so that'll be fun. I hope to God, because she is amazing.
and their story really isn't done.
Also, I just like looking at the actress. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, her story really isn't done, especially with the father. But that's a whole other thing. I mean, the thing about her mother and father still is an incomplete story. But I digress. But go ahead.
I do look forward to the audio adventures with Shooty because he seems to come into companions a lot and then loses them quite tragically a lot too. So,
and then old girl at the end of every episode, where I'm like, is Death following the Doctor? Because it keeps on.
That's who I was talking about. I wonder if she's like one of the gods that he's been fighting since he took over, or if she's maybe his granddaughter Susan from the original Doctor Who, just left there and completely nuts.
That's a good question, because I kept on wondering, like, she appears at the end of every time he leaves. So that, like you said, could be his granddaughter, could be a god that he's fighting. I would almost well, if it is a Gallifreyan, then I'll be surprised. But no, like I said,
could be the Master.
I mean, could be the Master. It's going to be interesting to see what they come up with for this season. Like I said, if you haven't seen Doctor Who, again, if you have Disney Plus, or if you have BBC iPlayer, definitely recommend watching it. It's been a really great thing to watch so far. Tafara, have you seen Doctor Who episodes? Or you need to catch up.
I need to catch up. I didn't even know there was a new one out.
Okay, that you can do. Joey, other thoughts before we move on?
No.
Is it episodes, or is it just like really long specials?
Episodes. There are Christmas specials, but those are the only. But I mean, they're periodically. Although his Christmas special is pretty cool too. But definitely give that a shot when you get a chance. But yeah, again, can't knock it. Love to see it, and we'll try to actually get reviews on it as it comes out. Now, anime picks, guys. Did you guys want to give updates on things that y'all seen so far?
Sure. Fire Force is actually. I'm realizing, right? I think we are very much, final season hitting endgame material. I actually did not read the manga for this.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, the way the fight ended today with the White Clad, I audibly cackled out loud because of how ridiculous it was. Joe, did you see it?
I'm just aware of it because I read the manga. It's been a bit though.
I was not expecting it to be that quick, and I'm just like, this is gonna like bounce off of her, right? Nope. Just hey, remember we still have these things in the world of all magic and things. A good old 9 will handle it every time. And then there's Arthur, who's like, where have you been? I fell off the car when we left the station. I've been walking this entire time. But yeah, and I'm also realizing this person we're fighting was the person who killed the captain, the masochist captain, at the end of last season. So I'm also curious what is up with Homegirl and the drooling Rule 34 image she's creating every time she goes into like the Spirit Towers. Captain Obi, and I really hope he's not about to go full infernal. I don't know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can tell that we are very much pushing towards wrap this up, final battles, everyone's training shall pay off right now. Can never be mad when Joker's on screen. That guy is a hilarious character. Vigilante, I like that we're getting like a contained My Hero story. It's not the whole world. It's just, hey, these are just 3 people with regular day jobs in this certain part of town chasing a drug, and these people won't leave this college kid's apartment alone.
Nice. Well, Joe, we'll go over your anime picks.
Let me think. Metsuzabi, we've gone to see another town in the north this time. The main character is bringing friends because now she's become addicted to weekend travels to small towns. Apocalypse Hotel, 50 years have passed since the cactus alien came, and now we're introduced to our main non-robotic cast, which are Tanuki Saiyans, so alien Tanukis from the planet Tanuki something or other, where it's a full family. We get also a minor horrifying image because they learn about human culture from a human ship,
Mm-hmm.
and we do see what is become of that space crew. Both as a small scene there and a horrifying scene at the end of the episode as an eye catch. So there's still scenes like, no, humanity's not coming back. But now it's like a full family of Tanukis living at the hotel and whatnot. Still an adorable series, well animated. Love it to death. Forget what my third was, though, I'll be honest, because I'm watching a little bit of everything. I will say G-Quacks is still going good.
Okay.
Gundam be Gundaming, and
I still gotta watch that.
it's so weird. They give a really good second episode, which is the alternate history of the first episode of Gundam and all the stuff that happens. Like for the full 1 year war, they give like small bits of it. I'm kind of bummed. My favorite Zeon General still dies, but you know what are you gonna do? And then just daily life for this poor child who's now saddled with a Gundam and meets a dude who's also a new type who's got another Gundam. And apparently this is not our only Gundam this year. They just announced we're getting a new one in the fall.
Yeah.
Mobile Suit Gundam 8, which is set in a post-apocalyptic future.
Okay, so it's gonna where does that fall in the UC, or does it fall in the
We don't
UC?
know if it's UC or not yet. We only know that it's set in a post-apocalyptic future. And let me see if I can't find anything else. But other than that, what was it? Because I know I had a third one I've been watching. No, Dude got reincarnated as an evil space pirate, got postponed for a while. I'll have to pull it up.
Okay. Well, while you're doing
Watching
that,
like 8 billion things. Okay, there we go. Mobile Suit Gundam finally revealed. New series coming out. There it is. Literally from yesterday.
okay.
Finally giving the fans of the new Gundam. Oh, it's a new Gundam manga. Okay, I thought it was an anime series. That's on me.
No, you're good.
Mobile Suit Gundam 8 was announced in 2021. Its publication is going to be starting in Gundam Ace June 26th, so to complete with a high-grade model. I mean, just from the picture alone, it looks like it's an anime, so that's on me.
No, you're good. I was gonna say about mine. If you haven't seen Lazarus on Adult Swim, highly recommend that you do. 2 episodes in, I think the third one is coming out tomorrow. It is Cowboy Bebop meets Outlaw Star, so I would highly recommend that if you were on the fence about that one. Also, Sora the Demon Hunter, also good. It should have a 4th episode coming out tomorrow, as well as that. It is a little bit different. It's like how can I put this Sora the Demon Slayer? It's kind of like Samurai Champloo without the beats. So it's the action still there, and the story is getting interesting as it's picking up in episode 4. Highly would recommend those. I forgot what third anime I have, but those are 2 ones I can speak on right now that are just really worth watching. So, of course, if you do want to watch Sora the Demon Hunter, unfortunately, you either have to go through Prime or High Dive. Respectfully, High Dive, because High Dive has got a priority on that. But definitely check that out when you get a chance. But Joe, what else were you going to say?
I'm trying to log in and see what my third is.
Oh, okay. But beyond that, as Joe's going to that one, because I know I didn't want to say Tafari while Joe looking up his third, sir. Congratulations are in order to you, because I know we've said it multiple times. But we're definitely going to say it here because you should get your flowers for Tafari TV. 17 years. This man had an idea long before any of us did to open a YouTube channel, and for 17 years have been giving content, and you are being recognized for it, sir. So just wanted to give you your flowers on that for your YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel has been around longer than most cars, appliances, and probably relationships. But yes, sir. I mean, while Joe's looking that up, just I gotta ask, when did you come up with the idea to do a YouTube channel? Because I know your article, which is also being shared on my Facebook. When did you decide to start Tafara TV? By just want to just be an interview person right now and ask that question.
Yeah, so that was middle school. YouTube launched in what, 05, which I'm now finding out apparently it was for the Janet Jackson thing. Did not know that, but I remember you used to like only certain people could post on there. Then I think in like 06 they made accounts a thing. I'm thinking because I'm one of the few classes where our grade lines up with the year.
Mm-hmm.
So 07 going into 08, 7th grade, we were in computer class. And we were then learning. Then YouTube lets you make accounts. You could make 10-minute videos was the limit back then, which is why you had anime in like 3.5 or 4 different parts. 8th part was always in Portuguese for some reason. And yeah, we were all learning in class how to do Windows Movie Maker. So I was learning how to do like slideshow stuff, which is like my first videos are all just like Sonic stuff. Some of my friends were learning how to do like gameplay videos. Some of my friends were learning how to do AMVs. What was the one people used to use for emulator? Unregistered hypercam videos for people who were just learning how to get like ROMs of stuff on, because game capture software wasn't really a thing like that. So we always just try to post random stuff and see who could get the most views. And by most, I mean like 10 or 20. And then I just never stopped posting on there. First couple ones I got that went viral was old camcorder aimed at the TV on like an old, I think it was like the box my brother's crib came in. And I couldn't find the videos of it. So I was playing my favorite game, which was War of the Monsters. And the stuff that I did on stream, like all those little tricks, I'm like, I kept reading those were possible, but I thought they were gaming myths, like the Pokemon, the Mew under the truck, and those type of lies that people kept spreading for some reason. So I was like, let me test these to see if they work. And I'm like, oh, they do. So that, some Star Wars Battlefront stuff. Then somebody stole my camera. So took a hiatus until college, and then that's when I kind of made my comeback. And then it was just a combination of like my initials and my nickname. Then I changed it to Tafara TV, I think a couple years ago, because I'm like, I need something that more people can find easy. And that's where that came from. So yeah, YouTube just turned 20. I made my account 3 years later. I have seen every trend come and go on this platform.
Yeah, but still, 17 years, sir, is a hell of an accomplishment. So you definitely should be getting your flowers for that. But I just wanted to go ahead and make sure you had your spotlight on that one, sir, because like I said, you got a YouTube channel that's been longer than most car warranties. But Joe, you able to find your third one?
Yeah, To Be a Hero X.
Okay.
That's the one with the Chinese animation where it switches to 2D animation midway through. They are still in the middle of the mystery, although it looks like it may have been averted at the moment because of certain scenarios that have popped up, but maybe not. We're not sure yet.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I think, fellas, any more news before we move to comics?
I'm trying to think. Have we missed any? Oh, yeah. Because apparently people are about to get all of us banned from early events. Beware the Thunderbolts. Apparently, like all the end credit stuff is making its rounds. I think they're doing a good. I think they're scrubbing it. I think because I haven't seen it, thankfully. But somebody who went to like one of the few early shows, which means they probably caught the guy. Apparently just taped everything and just put it out there. So fair warning, stuff it's out there. It's probably getting reposted to repost. Be careful. That's all I will say.
Makes sense. Joe?
No, I don't think I have anything.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I think we can go and move on to comics. Before we do get to our comic pool, we do want to let people know two things. May 3rd, guys, is Free Comic Book Day, especially for us here in the Middle Tennessee area at Rick's Comic City. Come next Saturday, which is May 3rd, you can come to Rick's Comic City, and you too can actually bring your kids, bring everybody, because why? Free Comic Book Day is where you can actually get free comics. It is a come one, come all, and I know at Rick's Comics City they usually have an abundance. But still a good time to come down to your local comic book store, Nashville's #1 place for comic books to get comic books, mangas, things of that nature, but also free comics. So definitely come down to Rick's Comics City. There are 2 locations, Nashville and Clarksville. You can definitely check them out. Also check them out on rickscomiccity.com. And again, May 3rd is Free Comic Book Day. That is for every place that has comic books, not just Rick's Comic Book City, but definitely check them out, have some fun, and hey, get to have an experience. But also support your local libraries, support your local comic stores, support your local bookstores. They need our patronage more than Amazon, more than Barnes & Noble. Why? Because these are standing places where you're not just going to get your favorite comics or mangas, you are going to have an experience. Same way with libraries, guys. Books are getting banned left and right from school libraries, but public libraries remain untouched. So again, guys, and libraries do carry the most up-to-date mangas, comics, and video games. So definitely check them out. Hey, Laney, what's good, y'all? Hey, Sora. But with that being said, guys, again, support your local comic book stores, support your local libraries. Enjoy Free Comic Book Day next Saturday, guys. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, that is coming up. You guys will have a much better time getting a free comic than y'all did getting a Switch 2 last night.
Right, because even though Switch pre-orders have now been said and gone, trust me, I follow that because, again, people are worried about the tariffs, but come to find out that's not going to be a problem anymore somehow, some way. But yeah, again, Free Comic Book Day. You can't beat free comics with a stick. That's all I'm saying. I usually take my boys to Free Comic Book Day, and usually I occasionally run into Joe and the others at Rick's Comic City, so they can all attest. It's always a good time on Free Comic Book Day, especially for seeing people that's never seen a comic for the first time get involved. And it's always fun to see it, read it, again, enjoy it. It's an experience. That's what I'm saying. But with that being said, Joe, just let me know when you're ready to pull up the comics, and we'll go from there. I'm trying to think of anything else that we missed. Oh, WrestleMania. I'm not sure what happened with WrestleMania because, I mean, it was great. I did love the fact of NXT Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver was awesome. WrestleMania Night 1 was actually good. Say what? Say what, Joe?
Oh, I was saying hi to Laney.
Oh, my bad. So, but yeah, Night 1 of WrestleMania was actually good. Night 2 just seemed to have some issues. So specifically around the Cena Rhodes, it just, I don't know what about it. It just felt completely flat. It just felt like, you know, the crowd was out of it. And don't get me wrong, heel Cena has been great. This man has done very little, but yet his impact has been great as far as what he's done so far. But also the problem with the big thing everybody was complaining about was that The Rock was not there. Now, my whole thing is, for most storylines, if you're going to involve to where you basically put Dark Cena on the map, and you give us Travis Scott, who's about as intimidating as wet toilet paper to anybody, and you have him box spots, which I did not know this, but apparently Travis Scott is being trained by Booker T. So I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, because Booker T is a very renowned wrestler and a five-time world champion. But yeah, Travis Scott, I can't see that. But it just fell flat around Night 2 around WrestleMania, and you can tell just that they could have done more of that match, considering the last time that Cena and Rhodes did actually wrestle, it was when Rhodes was Stardust. And that was a way better match on SmackDown than it was watching it as a PLE event. That's just me. Yes, Obi. Hi, Obi. What's wrong?
Talk to him, Obi.
You didn't like WrestleMania either? You didn't like WrestleMania either? You did it? Well, what else? You just have a lot to say right now? And now you're silent. Now you're silent. Oh, boy. Now you're silent. Well, I guess outside of that, Tafara, I know that you were streaming Sonic earlier today, right?
Yeah, Sonic Adventure.
I was going to say, because the first time I saw it, I was like, did something happen? Because I was like, you dropped off the map and it went back to the title screen.
Yeah, when that game, when you die and lose all your lives, it just says, we're going to send you back to the beginning in case you want to make some other decisions of levels to play. But that's it. It'll just take you back to title screen, and then you can just go back where you died. That's 2001 gaming for you.
Okay, because I was wondering for a second, like, I was sitting there watching, like, did he just drop off and it just reset? Or I was like, oh, he just ran out of lives.
Yeah, no, run out of lives, back to the title screen, and make you do level select again for no reason.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, Joe, I see you're up, sir. So whenever you're ready.
Sorry. We got Superman number 25. This is written by Josh Williamson, art by Jamal Campbell, Eddie Barros, Iber Ferreira, and Dan Mora. Colors by Alejandro Sanchez and Jamal Campbell. This is the big ending of the biggest arc they've been doing. Is looks a good guy or a bad guy again. Mercy unleashes a hybrid clone of Lex and Superman, but because Connor apparently will be able to do this, it's not a perfect clone, and things get a little bizarre. Life goes on. Lex is Lex, but also still good Lex at the same time. It's very interesting. Oh no, good book, good, great art. Jamar Campbell and Dan Moore are just doing everything under the sun to make this a gorgeous looking book.
Oh yeah, I agree. This was a good, interesting story. I did love the fact that you still had Witch Lex. I mean, you still have the memory loss Lex Luthor, and then you have the bioengineered Lex Luthor. It's like kind of his two halves of the same person actually fight each other. But yeah, I really did enjoy it.
We got Absolute Wonder Woman number 7, written by Kelly Thompson, art by Mattia de Ilis, and it's like ink art and color, all by Mattia de Ilis. We are continuing from the last time where she's in the underworld, and we learned basically the old parable of the Lady and the Tiger. So, good stuff. Gorgeous art. I love the way the gods are depicted. I love how Persephone is made in this book. Diana will always be Diana, even in this book. Continues, and I love the little trap that Hades has for her, and the bargain they have for her.
All I can say is, Tom King, take notes. This is actually how you tell a Wonder Woman story.
What are you talking about? The Wonder Woman story we got going on right now is fantastic. Murder on Olympus?
I'll put it this way about Tom King. My issue with Tom King has always been highs and lows. He's never been consistent. And you are right. The Murder on Olympus story is great. And yes, he's a part of it, but it's just like I don't know what it is about his consistency. I mean, it's not consistent. It's like you'll give great issues, and then you'll give worded too much cerebral and not enough action. But again, that's just my gripe. Still say you should read it. Absolute Wonder Woman, this issue was definitely great. I couldn't knock that. I loved it.
I never thought they'd be able to accurately depict the Lady and the Tiger parable as well as they did in this.
Right.
Plus, I love the little Diana stuff afterwards, where it's Kid Diana in hell with all these creatures.
And just treat it like a Mr. Rogers if Mr. Rogers was the underworld. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all the pets. It's hilarious. I love it so much. Did I not put that in? Huh. Super weird. So I think we're missing a book, which should be Green Lantern number 22. We will just stick on Wonder Woman because for some reason I guess it didn't catch when I downloaded them. Notable things to think. Hal Jordan and Carol fight Hector Hammond to a standstill. Meanwhile, Kyle and his people find... this is kind of a BS resurrection. They find Dan Garrett alive. And for those unaware who Dan Garrett is, he is the original Blue Beetle. He's the one who got the Scarab to work for him, but it was so badly damaged that it could only make a basic armor. And because it was damaged, the armor would fluctuate, which is how they explain Blue Beetle changing publishers so many times. And the costume design would be different most times. So that's how they designed that. But now he has a new Scarab, which makes him the Silver Scarab. As a huge Blue Beetle fan, I am ecstatic, but I also call just utter BS on this, like, out of nowhere resurrection for the character. Kyle's still doing great stuff. Jeremy Adams is doing a really good job with this version of the Green Lantern Corps. I'm really enjoying it. Green Lantern, not Green Lantern Corps. I do dig that he at least entertains the thought that Kyle's out there and needs to be as important as everybody else. Sorry I didn't get the book. I don't know what happened. That was a little weird.
It's all good.
Moving on over, we got Magic number 4. This is written by Ashley Allen, art by Jermaine Peralta, colors by Arthur Hesley. Magic and Danny Moonstar are front and center on this one. So a reunion of original old New Mutants, now that they're a little older, and weird stuff happens because Danny's powers enable her to psychically project and physically manifest fears. Meanwhile, Ileana is, of course, Demon Queen of the... Well, not anymore. Now she's just kind of a mistress, considering Madeline owns the Demons of Limbo now, being Goblin Queen again, but still. Magic, demons, and a whole lot of fun. I love this book so much, but I'm also biased. Again, because Magic, I'm always going to say when I'm biased.
At least you're honest about it.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to be honest about it, that I'm biased. I'm biased because Magic is one of my favorite X characters. Like, just straight up. Player Marvel Rivals, and that's because I just can't select Emma Frost because someone's already got her. But I always have Ileana to go back to. She always takes me back. Okay. I don't deserve it. Next up, we got Amazing Spider-Man number 2. Written by Joe Kelly, art by Pepe Larraz, colors by Marty Garcia. We just go deeper into Pete's little psychotic break due to being drugged. Apparently, he smashed up a lot of cars in New York, meaning people don't like him again because they think he was rampaging, while in his mind he was fighting nearly every villain he's ever come across, with the exception of Hypno Hustler and the Kangaroo. More just personal life stuff happens. His boss does not at the Rand Corporation because now he's working for Iron Fist's company.
Okay.
So he works at the Rand Corporation, and his boss is just like, yeah, I know you're faking all your needing to use the bathroom in your IBS. Nothing was on that in any of your previous job experiments, and you didn't fill out any of the necessary paperwork or tell us in your resume about any sort of medical problems. So anytime you need to get away, you're full of BS, and this will cost you your job if you're not careful. Pete is like, great. We do learn who is doing this stuff to him. It is very bizarre, and I thought this was a character that only could appear in the Spider-Man Deadpool team-up comics, but they're here, so more power to them. Gorgeous art. I will say this. They got a really good artist for this first art. I love Pepe Larraz.
Okay.
So not too bad. They're better, but it's definitely a step up from where we were last year. in terms of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong, but also I'm comparing this to last year's Spider-Man.
Fair assessment.
Moving on over, we got One World Under Doom. This is written by Ryan North, art by R.B. Silva, colors by David Carell. Both the Avengers and a version of the Masters of Evil, which is not the Masters of Evil that's currently happening over in the Avengers book, but a more well-known version of the Masters of Evil, currently trying to take on Doom. And they learn Doom didn't use any underhanded tricks. He was on the up and up. He's been on the up and up so far. But they're still going to fight Doom anyways because they still don't think Doom has a longer game than free healthcare and education for everybody, and everybody gets along because the world is under one signified rule, which they think is bad.
Very much.
Then we learn that Dormammu's like, he's weak. I can take over Earth now. The Avengers all. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's an interesting issue, but go ahead, Joe.
I just love that the Avengers he has nothing planned. Yeah, okay, we still need to stop him though because it's Dr. Doom.
But of course,
look, as long as they don't character assassinate anybody like they did in Civil War II, I'm fine. Moving on over to Predator versus Spider-Man. This is written by Benjamin Percy, pencils by Marcelo Ferreira, inker by Jay Liston, colors by Frank DiMattia. So yeah, the Predator invades the Marvel Universe almost around the same time Godzilla's dealing with the Marvel Universe. This is actually kind of everything we were hoping for from when we heard about this title. Spider-Man is involved, but not directly involved yet. The Predator is hunting things down in New York that he thinks can challenge him. And then we get basically what we asked for at the end of the issue.
I did not see that coming, though.
Oh, I did. I just didn't think it'd be the first issue. I thought he would have come in a little bit later.
Fair.
But no, Craven's in town hunting the Predator, and he's going to hunt the Predator.
Yep.
This Predator is weird because he's taking people's faces and wearing them.
Yeah.
That's new.
That was weird.
But different Predators. So yeah, no. Recommend this book. This is, like I said, everything we were hoping for when we heard this announced because we had like a small list of things we wanted to see from this Predator.
True.
Also, I love that New York's in a blackout and the Daily Bugle has to run papers the old way and sell papers the old way. So the entire staff's across the city doing the old extra, read all about it.
Nice.
And J. Jonah Jameson tries to charge $10 to a paper and someone just looks at him. It's like, fine, $5.
Wasn't there a blackout in Predator 2? If memory serves me right.
Huh?
With Danny Glover, wasn't there a blackout in Predator 2?
In the
maybe
in the movie, wasn't there a blackout? Because it was Los Angeles, not New York City, but I think there was still a blackout. See, now I'm gonna have to go rabbit hole digging on that one. But keep going, Joe.
Maybe. We got X-Force number 10. This is Legacy 300. This is also the finale of this version of X-Force, as this is one of the X books that is getting canceled. The story wraps up. Tank is exactly who you think it is. I called that from Jump Street, who Tank actually was. They defeat the bad guy, La Diabla and her group, called The Solution, which is Rampage, which is pretty much just like Sasquatch with that. Oh, and they bring back a character I've not heard of, at least not since the 90s, Opus Magnum. like right out of left field, but they got to tie that up because this was the final issue. So everybody wins, and then Surge gets resurrected as a living energy being.
Yeah, that was just, it was okay.
Yeah, no, I said this is not a strong finale, but you only had 10 issues to work with. But like Colossus being Tank is like the worst kept secret ever. Like just from Jump Street, it's like, no, this is Colossus. Just tell me he's Colossus.
Very true.
So bad. G.I. Joe number 6. This is the finale of the first arc. This cover actually doesn't lie that much. Cobra Commander do have a big fight, and Cobra Commander pretty much wins out over Duke if Duke did not have the luck of the devil.
Yeah. Literally.
Oh, also a Transformer appears at the end.
Which is basically them going finally into the story that just been sitting in the background.
I was really happy it was Hound too, because it's like anybody that's going to be on an army base in a G.I. Joe team, it should be Hound.
Mm-hmm.
Hound or Warpath. And then Cobra Commander's shows Desper's like, so here's what we're working with, really, and it's just Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know how far out of date this is, because Megatron's currently out on the loose in Seattle.
Well, yeah, it's a part of the Energon universe story, lady, to where basically it's telling the link between G.I. Joe and the Transformers.
And this is a Cobra Commander that's a super competent actual threat Cobra Commander, not cowardly Cobra Commander. Like, he will legit get his hands on stuff. He's got no problem throwing hands.
Yeah. But still.
He's given a couple of the Dreadnoughts PTSD.
I mean, well, yeah, because now
this is written by Josh Williamson, art by Tom Riley, and colors by Jordi Belair.
Yeah, they're trying to do this as a movie. Yeah, they're trying to do this as a movie.
Yeah, they are.
They're tying in G.I. Joe and the Transformers in the Hasbro universe. So yeah, they're trying to tie it in that way. But thank you, Joe.
They're also trying to tie in Mask.
I would love to see them try. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see them try to tie that in.
Retro engineered Cybertronian technology on vehicles so they can transform into other vehicles.
I could see it. I could see it. It's they got to make that. They got to make that work somehow. But that's our comics. So with that being said, before we sign off, I usually start with the man, the myth, the legend, Tafari. You want to let people know what you're doing, sir?
Trying to figure out what I'm streaming. I run out of games to play. I finished South of Midnight, and I finished The Walking Dead as a franchise this week. So Sonic was just a random play for today. Maybe I'll finally go through Sonic Colors or Pokemon Snap or Metal Arms Glitch in the System has been calling me for the PS2. Yeah, because I have it on GameCube, ran through that plenty of times. I thought the PS2 copy was a fever dream until I found it recently. Mm-hmm. So I might go with that for a little while.
Keep telling you need to buy Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Yeah, I might go pick that up. I don't know why I tried playing OG Hulk from 03, and that took me like 4 hours one night. Kingdom Hearts. You know what? I do have Melody of Memory, and I do have the 2.8 here that I haven't. Actually, I beat Melody of Memory, but God, that game will get you flagged just for going to the title screen. Mm-hmm. I have the 2.8. That's the only one I haven't beat on my own PlayStation. Maybe I might do that one. I'm not sure. Or I could try the DLC for 3 because apparently that one's still dog walking me. Maybe I might do that. As far as everything else, yeah, videos out on the page, skits getting posted here and there, working on some other projects. Thank you again to the people who invited me out to Sinners and The Amateur. Those movies are out. Please go see them. Other than that, not much. You'll see in due time. Whenever I am inspired, you will see things from me.
All right. Thank you for that, sir. Joe, let people know what you're doing, sir.
Not much online because just because of the job. Hopefully things will calm down a bit. May is API Heritage Month for now. So I will be everywhere in Nashville through the month. Plus, May also kicks off movies, so I will be in the theater in Baron Zemo next Friday. Yeah, next Friday. For Thunderbolts, I will be at a Nashville Sounds for API game. I'll be at the soccer game for the Nashville Football Club for API night. We'll be doing an API Heritage event over at the Frisk Museum, Art Museum at some point. This is like a lot of stuff going on, so I'm going to have very little time to be online outside of the podcast. I do plan to stream when Mech Warrior Clans Up Ghost Bear comes out, because that is going to be fairly soon. So expect at least a stream of that, because I will always stream new Mech Warrior when I can. But streaming is probably not an option for me at the moment, outside of when I can. But it's kind of hit and miss, especially with work and with everything going on. So, But I'm around. I'm here. I'm at least here for the show, if anything.
All right. Fair enough. Thanks, sir. Before I do get to myself, guys, shameless promoting as we always do here on the show. I do want to shout out to APR TV. Why? Because basically the Get Bit podcast shows on APR TV. You can find APR TV at alwayspressrecord.com or on the Roku or Amazon Fire TV app. Definitely check that out along with the other shows there at APR TV. Also, BlurStation.com. Again, we keep talking about BlurStation.com because we want it to be bigger than Tubi. Tubi is great, but Tubi is also owned by the same guys who own Fox. And right now, they are making bank off our viewership. Why can we not do that for ourselves? Definitely check out BlurStation.com, guys. $10.99 a month to stream it. If you select the Join Now button, select the Blur's Eye View Offending membership, select anybody there on that list. We would all appreciate it. Again, it's $10.99 a month to stream BlurStation on all smart devices. After paying for 36 months, you get the ability to own a piece of BlurStation, and it does not get any easier than that. But definitely check them out. As for yours truly, as Obi is awake, say hi, Obi. Really? Now you get quiet? As for me, guys, of course, check out the Get Bit podcast on all socials, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. It is everywhere. We try to build up that page as we go. We'll do more so in the future. Myself, Black_Spartan615. You can also follow me on the socials. Just be nice, be kind. Don't be weird. I won't have to block you and call you a dick. Of course, for myself, guys, still covering How the Frack We Got Here every Wednesday at 7 p.m., whatever Agent F47 and his group are doing. And, of course, the Get Bit podcast every Friday at 8:30-ish. Tonight, I will be back to streaming Expedition 33. I did start a little bit past midnight last night. So if you are up, like I will be up, because if you got kids and kids that don't believe in sleep, that's usually me. Definitely check me out on Twitch or on YouTube. As I will be starting my first run of Expedition 33. And so far, it's actually pretty fun. But definitely check me out there. Outside that, guys, the rules still apply. Before I get to the rules, again, for everybody, don't doom scroll. I know a lot's going on right now in the world. Our show is the way we do our show is to basically be a distraction from that, to unplug and actually have some fun. And we hope we've done that for you tonight. But aside from that, don't doom scroll. Do something that makes you laugh. Do something that makes you happier. Do something that just distracts you for a second. Check on your friends. A call or a text can do so much more. At the same time, guys, protect your peace. Look, it's going to be a rough, it's going to be a long time, but what we can do in that time matters, not only on the mental side of things, but also on the physical. So again, take care of yourselves. Don't doom scroll. Protect your peace. Check on your people. You will be a lot better off in the long run. Now, the rules I still have, because again, cons are coming back up. First and foremost, respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat people like human beings. It's not that freaking hard. At the same time, guys, please wash your behind. I usually say wash your A, but my son is a walking tape recorder, and I don't need my 2-year-old going around repeating what I'm saying right now. So please, hygiene is important, whether you're going to cons or just outside, especially with cold and flu season going around. Clean clothes, clean hair, clean hygiene. It's not that freaking hard. And the same rule for number 3 is the same rule that I have for myself as everybody else. In a world that is cold, that is cruel, be nice, be kind, talk and share your fandoms. Please don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool. But we will hopefully be back here, guys. Same Get Bit time, same Get Bit channel next Friday with the news that's coming out. But like I said, take time for yourselves, have fun, check on your people, have some food, hopefully for me, because there's some food I can't enjoy anymore, so I get these levels down. But fellas, any last words we call tonight?
Hey, log off, go see a movie, go play a game. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, lady, I missed that, but don't worry, he didn't catch it. But yeah, like Farah said, go catch a movie. Go catch Sinners if you haven't already seen it. I hope to go see it. I hope to go see it tomorrow with my wife. Once we find the kids, somebody to watch for a couple of hours. But like we said, have fun, protect your peace. We gonna be all right. I've been Will. He's been Tafari. He's been Joe. This has been the Give It Podcast, guys. Thank you all for watching, for liking, for letting people know it's live. We appreciate it. Again, protect your peace. Have fun. Don't be a dick. We're out.